Dímelo, mi gente. Welcome back to another live interview here on GMTV. And I'm really excited, guys, because last night we had our first preview for NGCW Amazonas Night of Queens going down this Saturday night at 7 p.m. at Sun on the Beach in Old Town. And I had the awesome interview with Roxy Tirado and Bella Snow, who are going to be participants in that Night of Queens tournament. And guys, I'm excited because today we have a couple of more interviews for you guys. So coming up on the show today, we have the awesome and talented Allie Recks joining us here in just a moment. But as always, guys, por favor, muestre el apoyo, show us the support by following us on all of our platforms on Gonzalez Media TV on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. And we are simulcasting right now on Millions. And if you haven't heard about Millions, head on over to millions.com right now. It's the only site that links up content creators and brands and sponsors to athletes, and it helps out athletes come up into the game as they're coming up in their career. So join us on millions.com over there right now so you can do that and show your support. Smash that like button, guys. If you're here for joining us for the first time, go ahead and share the show right now with all your friends, your group, your chat. No importa. Hazlo ahora. Do it right now. And let me know where you're watching from. Your comments will be live on screen. So like I mentioned before, guys, we got NGCW Amazonas coming out to you this Saturday night, 7 p.m. in Kissimmee at Sun on the Beach, and it's going to be a hell of a show. Now, NGCW has rebranded, okay, as an all women's promotion now. So not only this is a historical night, but it's going to be a big night for the 8 women that are going to be competing that night in this grueling tournament. So we can find out who's going to face Amber Nova for her Amazon title, right? So it's kind of a big deal because it's the first women's promotion in Florida. There hasn't ever been a women's promotion in Florida. So this is a big deal. So I want to bring on one of the contestants, one of the participants that's gonna be in the tournament of Night of Queens that night. And she has been talented. She's been wrestling all over the world here in Florida, making a name for herself. I want to bring on Miss Allie Recks to the show. Allie, welcome to Gonzalez Media TV here on Facebook Live on all the platforms. How's your day going?
Oh, it's going good, hanging in there.
Awesome, awesome. Well, for everyone that hasn't followed you or seen you, tell us a little bit about yourself and where can the crowd follow you?
Oh, okay. Well, you could follow me on every pretty much social media platform under at Allie Recks. I try to keep everything pretty similar. Um, Aside from there, you can find my merchandise on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Nice. Very, very nice. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Allie. You've been wrestling now for a little bit over 10 years. Looks like you started your career back in 2014. Share with me, how did you get into the business? What inspired you to get into the business right now or 10 years ago,
Um,
actually?
Well, yes, wow, 10 years ago. That's crazy
Right?
when you put it into words like that. So I grew up with a lot of boy cousins. I have a little brother, so I've been around boys my whole life. That's kind of why I'm a tomboy now at 30. Um, but pretty much I watched wrestling with them constantly after school, after everything. So I just grew up loving wrestling. Rey Mysterio is my biggest influence, inspiration. When I was younger, I had a lot of injuries when it came to cheerleading and softball. I'm smaller, so I would get beat up all the time, I guess you could say. So when it came to like the injuries, I would get down on myself, like to get back up, and Rey Mysterio would constantly blow his knee out and everything. So when I was younger and I would see that and see him like coming to fight back and his whole, like comeback, like that just made me connect with him. So he was my favorite. Um, all the wrestling with my cousins and brother growing up, it just kind of inspired me to one day sit down and think like, hey, I really think I can do this. I could pull this off. So after I graduated high school, I started Googling, believe it or not, um, how to become a pro wrestler because I had absolutely no idea. I didn't even know like the indies were a thing when I was a kid. Like my mom and dad would take me to SmackDown during Christmas time as our big Christmas present all the time, but indie shows I didn't know were a thing. So I was Googling, I found like the Wikipedia answer to like how to become a pro wrestler. And it's like, number one, find a school. Number two, ask how many rings they have. Number three, ask this, ask that. So I'm like going through these questions and I'm like, all right, well, let me try this out. So I call ECPW in Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey. That's my first trainer, Gino Caruso. He's taught me all my basics, everything I know. I get on the phone with him like I've been wrestling for like 20 years based on these Wikipedia answers that are and I'm like, how many rings do you have? Do you do one-on-one training? Do you do this? And like he laughed. I think he had an idea, told me to come on down to the school. I met him. We started training, and it's been kind of history from there.
That's awesome that you've had that exposure on there. I mean, and that kind of goes right into like, the next question because you mentioned Gino Caruso. What's that been like training with Gino, gaining all that experience and incorporating some of his style? How's that been for you in your career so far?
Awesome. Ever since I started, I was the only girl in my training class when I did first start. So when I did kind of come on, Gino did take me under his wing, made sure I was protected, made sure I understood like everything. As far as like the exposure and stuff with him, it was awesome because I would do all the ECPW like shows with him. I'm sorry if you hear that. My dog has a toy.
Oh,
Come
you're
on, Sue.
good. Don't hear
making some
anything.
noise in here. But the exposure and stuff has been awesome with him. He's been an amazing trainer since day one. I did end up getting injured like 2 years into my career with him, and he was so supportive when it came to that. Was always messaging me, asked me how I was when I'm coming back to training, would invite me to all the shows training, like just come hang out, come be around us. Like he was just awesome, and I miss him. Like I would love to go back and work with him again in Jersey.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you've had that experience and that you're gaining all that knowledge. Guys, if you're just joining us right now, make sure you hit that like button, share out the show so that way we can get a big crowd watching us. Let's get your questions on the show. So let's ask Allie some questions while we have her here, and make sure you are following us on all the platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, TikTok, and on Millions, guys. Make sure you follow us on Millions. So make sure also we have some sale tickets right now for NGCW this Saturday, guys. We have a spring break sale going on. Use the promo code Big Boss. All right, Big Boss. That's going to be $10 off your ticket. All right. So make sure you go to pytix.com, get your ticket. All right. And put the code Big Boss. You get $10 off. All right. So as we head into this weekend, Allie, it's a big deal for the company, for NGCW. I mentioned at the top of the show, it's a rebrand for them, right? They've been in business now since 2017. They've brought some of the biggest stars around the world that are now in the WWE and in AEW. And now they've shifted their focus, and now it's an all women's promotion. So this is something huge because it's the first all women's promotion in Florida. So as you go into Saturday, into this Night of Queens tournament to eventually face off Amber Nova, how important to you is it as a female competitor heading into this tournament, something so historic that's never been done yet?
I mean, I think this is an amazing opportunity for me. I think all of this is just a really cool thing for the women out here that we have a promotion just focused on women. Like you said, we don't have anything really like that out here. So that is really cool. As far as like my mindset going into it, I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of eyes on me. I haven't been in the ring since June. So, not that I haven't been active, I've been active. I've been kind of just waiting for my perfect opportunity, as we said here is. So I do feel like I'm going to have a lot of eyes on me, kind of see what I've been up to for the last 9 months. Do have some kind of tricks up my sleeve, so I'm excited to see what's going to come out on Saturday.
Now, being that you've been out of the ring for 9 months, obviously ring rust comes into play. You just said that you've been active. However, being active in training is not the same as being active on the road in
Mm.
the ring. It's not the same. It's a different mentality. So, do you does that something that's on your mind as you approach Saturday?
I mean, it's always on my mind that there's always going to be some ring rust. There's always going to be maybe a couple of missteps, something I might miss. But at the same time, like I said, with my injuries, I've been out before. I've made comebacks before. Nothing's ever stopped me like that before. So I'm not really worried in that sense. Like I feel like I'm going to pick up where I left off. That's my hopes and dreams there.
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah.
but I mean, yeah, the worry's there. It's always gonna be there because you care. You care about. You want to win.
Absolutely.
You want this stuff. But I think I'm gonna be all right.
Awesome. No, I think that's a good mindset to have, even though that it is in the back of your mind. You don't want to focus too much on it as you head into something so important like this. But like I mentioned to the importance of this event, do you feel like this event might have like a future impact? Because like back in, I think it was like 2018, the WWE had first launched the WWE Evolution pay-per-view, the first all women's pay-per-view, right? That was also a
Right.
huge big deal because that was something that was never been done before. Then after that, we started seeing some promotions pop off, like the women of wrestling, the WOW, right? And then you
Right.
have Shine and the Independents, and so you have a small concentration of, but now it's starting to become a little bit more popular. So do you feel as a woman wrestler coming into this Saturday, like something like this, do you think there's going to be a legacy left on later on in the future? We're going to see more and more of this eventually.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I could see that 100%, especially with everybody that's already on the show that's going to be in this tournament. I think that alone is going to blow up everything. After Saturday, I wouldn't be surprised if there was more women shows, all women shows and promotions just kind of like popping up all over. I think
Agreed.
it's going to make a huge like impact. I really do.
100% agreed. The future's female. That's what I keep hearing.
I like that. I'm here for that.
Allie, I absolutely love that you came on to the show with me today to talk about you and talk about the upcoming show this Saturday. Again, where can the people find you on socials and plug in any other stuff that you got going on?
Let me see. You can follow me at, like I said before, I try to keep it as easy as possible. So at Allie Recks on Facebook, Instagram, X, I almost said Twitter, YouTube as well at Allie Recks. You'll find all of my matches and stuff on there that are available. ProWrestlingTees.com/Allie Recks. You can get all of my merchandise there and it'll ship right to you. So you don't even have to worry. Um, Aside from that, the next place you'll be able to see me in April would be Pride of Wrestling.
There we go. And we'll make sure to put all the links in the description so you guys can follow her and stay up to date with Allie and everything that she's doing. So, again, I really appreciate you, Allie. And before we head out and sign off for the day, I want you to give me some final words to your opponent this Saturday and what can we expect on Saturday?
Don't sleep on me. That's all I'm going to say.
You heard it right there. No se duerman. Don't sleep on her. All right, Allie. Well, thank you for being on. Mi gente, we have another interview coming tonight at 7:30. We got Serena Vale coming on to the show tonight. And at 9 p.m., we got La Brava joining us, both of them also
Oh,
going into NGCW Night of Queens tournament. So it's going to be a filled day here at GMTV. I really appreciate you guys for being on with me. And as always, make sure you guys head over to pytix.com. Get your tickets right now. The spring break sale is going on. Make sure you use the promo code Big Boss to get $10 off your ticket for NGCW Amazonas this Saturday, 7 p.m. at Sun on the Beach in Old Town Kissimmee. All right, guys. So I will see you guys later today around 4 p.m. To talk to Serena Vale. So it's been amazing having you on, Allie. Thank you. And we'll see you guys in the next interview. Take care.
thanks.